Hi there, welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'm gonna take you through after the initial consultation with the doctor, what happens with the IVF schedule. So if you haven't watched my previous episodes, please watch it. I've just given a background of what happened to us and how we find ourselves in these positions today. And yes, here we are. So after the investigation and the decision, we decided to carry on with to go on with IVF. So what happens next is the doctor calls you and take all and kind of just go through all your history and everything. Remember, we've lost two babies, and so they have to kind of just make sure that everything is personalized, so that when she comes back with the treatment that we, because in IVF there's different type of treatments, and each person have to have their tailor-made. So if you're trying to go through IVF, it's best, they say, to have a tailor-made IVF to you personally, rather than just a general IVF where everybody is just a general IVF instead of whatever your body really, or what suits your body. So with ours, because of our history and everything, we were recommended to take what we call IVF Icsi. So IVF Icsi, literally what that means is that when they harvest the eggs, of course they'll get your partner's sperms. They would literally fertilize the egg with the sperm under the microscope. One egg, one sperm, one egg, one sperm. They're gonna painstakingly fertilize them under the microscope rather than the natural, because apparently there is a natural, a different type of IVF which is natural, where they will take the eggs, put them in a petri dish, and then they will put the sperm in, and of course that's like kind of like a natural conception where the sperm will fertilize the egg. But of course the chances are that's not there is lower chances of fertilization than there is when they are naturally doing it under the microscope. So for us, that's what the doctor decided, that's our tailor-made treatment. So with that, once they've came up with that, the doctor now passed us to the nurses, and then the nurses now had to come up with a schedule. So what they call the IVF treatment schedules, they send us the schedule. So in my schedule, what it was, the first 1 month, what they do is they take over your cycle, so your menstrual cycle, because each one of us have a different menstrual cycle. Some people bleed after 28 days, some people bleed after 29, some people have got a longer one for 35 days. So what they need to do is they literally need to hijack your menstrual cycle so that they can be able to engineer it, so that they can be able to work through the process in terms of when they want to collect the eggs and all that stuff like that. So for me, I don't know if it's exactly the same for all ladies, but for me it was the first 1.5 months I've been on pills. So it's just the natural contraceptive pills. I had never taken pills in my life before. I know that sounds a bit bizarre, a bit crazy, but I'd never taken pills in my life before. So of course I was a bit worried and scared, and the whole process is scaring anyway, but of course this was the first step for me. So I had to take the pills. So the first set of pills I had to take for 21 days, one pill per day for 21 days. And then after we finish that, you jump straight away to the second pill. So I think the first pill is to stop you from falling pregnant as usual. Of course, you're told during this process, you're told to either use contraception, use condoms or whatever it is you want to use, I don't know, but be careful, or you abstain completely, because they're taking over your cycle. So for the first one was to stop you from falling pregnant. And then I think the second pills, now they kind of work against it. They just stop you from bleeding, because when I think when it comes to your cycle, end of your month cycle, you're just gonna bleed naturally. But because they don't want you to bleed, because they're taking over your cycle, that's why they give you the second pill. So the second pills kind of prolong it. They don't want you to kind of start bleeding until when they're ready, or when they have kind of in the schedule, when they decide you're gonna do it. So I took the second pills, 3 pills per day for 17 days. And of course, in the schedule they tell you when to stop. So they say when you stop, expect the bleeding. So we stopped. We've just stopped taking our second pills, and you can't start your injection until you finish your fast, until you've had your fast bleeding. So they tell you in the schedule expect bleeding, but they give you 5 days between stopping the pills and bleeding. So mine came yesterday, and I was so excited because that means that I don't have to delay my schedule. I can start my injection very soon, and that's where we are now. So I'm so excited, and I'm looking forward to starting my injection. Nervous, anxious, but very excited. So join me in my next video where I'm gonna take you through all my injections. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be crazy. But let's get through it together. See you soon. Bye.